Everything you're about to hear on this podcast was recorded in front of a live audience and is completely improvised. The film title and director's name are kept secret from our guest and team until the moment that we hit record. They're about to work together to create a film that will undoubtedly be a box office smash hit. Welcome to this week's live episode of the Improvised Movie Director Podcast.
Painters are going to paint. And that's very true. You can't deny true nature. And as my friend Tay would say, haters gonna hate. We have to shake it off. When we first started doing this podcast, my rival, Rowena Rowe, I know you know her, she said it would never work. Well, look at me now, bitch. I'm Martina Minnow, and I've got the mic. And I'm joined this evening by someone who is compelled to create. Please give a very warm welcome to Felicity Crookshanks, director of Casper, the Friendly Ghostbuster. Welcome!
Oh my God!
Oh,
wow.
Felicity!
Wow!
What a delight to have you here. Oh, I've been so excited. They've been excited. He's not sat down in a week.
Oh my God! I thank you. It's just so beautiful to be here
in
London town.
Oh, well, Felicity, I've wanted you on for quite some time. Casper, the Friendly Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
What an inspiration!
Thank you. A real twist on a classic.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely. Yeah. Now, obviously, I've watched it the moment it came out. I don't work, see, that's privilege.
We have that in New York as well.
Oh, great. So, what's it all about, Casper, the Friendly Ghostbuster?
Well, it's a real passion project for me, okay? So, you know, we take a children's classic, we take a teen cult classic, we kind of mold them together, and we bring sort of new memories to the present and the future, as well as the past. Kind of like death and ghosts themselves.
Yes.
I'm really, really deep. And yeah, so it's kind of like, it's the Ghostbusters, but they don't want to bust this ghost, you know? So in the end, it's kind of like, it's a roommate tale, it's a road movie, it's all the best kind of things.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. And that friction between one's vocation and one's passion and one's morals.
Yeah.
Not a line to straddle.
Yeah.
Difficult.
Lots of straddling.
Yes. No, I wouldn't know.
We can fix that, honey.
Oh, my God. Look, I loved it. The opening sequence in particular, very high energy, high octane.
Yeah.
Talk us through what was going on there.
Well, it's very important when you have a team of Ghostbusters to get the chemistry right, okay? You really need a real mix. And I didn't want to go down, you know, we've had a couple of Ghostbuster movies already, so I wanted to find new blood, fresh blood, okay? So first of all, I mean, we're going to have 4, right? So we have the engineer science type, right?
Yes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Definite.
Yes.
Right in there. He was top pick. And then, of course, we have the more like the professor type, you know, the brains behind the operation. Obviously, Christopher Walken.
Obviously.
Christopher Walken. Yeah, and then, you know, you need to have something a little different in the mix. Something a bit more, someone who's a bit more into the action, you know, somebody who's going to really drive the scene, take the car, speed it down the streets. And we had a couple of debates about this, but in the end, Zooey Deschanel knocked it out the park. So, so those were the main 3. And then, of course, we have coming in as the secretary, we have Barbara Windsor.
Oh, I love that. She's my absolute favorite.
Yeah, we thought we really wanted to give it a transatlantic appeal. So we got her in, and what can I say? The broad nailed it.
Oh, I've been with that broad before, and she does nail it. Beat me. My goodness. Well, we'll cut to that opening sequence with the 4 actors you've mentioned, which I can't wait to see.
Great.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh boy, I bang sure are in my face as I drag this Corvette.
Ow, we have to know where the ghost is, whether it's a friendly ghost or not so friendly. My owl terminator is telling us it's approximately 5 clicks to the left. Whoa, slow down. You're doing bad things.
Get out of this Corvette!
Ow, Barbara, why did you come in the car? You're supposed to stay back and do the clerical work.
Oh, classic! You're just like everybody else in my life. If I want to bust some ghosts, I'll bust some bloody ghosts!
Okay then. Right. Doors. How do we get?
Window and different.
It's a big building full of ghosts. Probably you can't see them, that's the problem.
It's one of the problems with ghosts. The other is the violation of the line between life and death. But sure, the invisibility is also an issue. You know what? I think we're gonna have to go right in, kick down the door. I'll have to put on shorts because I'm wearing a fun little summer dress.
Let's get in there and see.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
I loved it. That height difference between Babs and Arnie, not something I ever thought I'd see.
And do you know what I love? How they bonded so much on set. So you realize he got a little bit anglified. He'd say, "Get out the car," and all these things. The lorry's coming. It was great. And also, you know, Barbara, she's taken a real Italian neorealist stint by wanting to be called her own name as the character as well. And I was inspired by that because I have Italian neorealist roots as well. So I was up for that. That's why all the kids in it are just real kids. They're my kids.
I find it's cheaper that way.
Yeah, well, that's a big part of it.
Absolutely. So we see them, they're actually operating as a good team at the beginning.
Yeah.
They've got a plan, they're going for the building, but there's a little bit of a frisson of tension there, isn't there? Talk us through.
Well, of course, you know, it's a little bit tricky because some of them want to go do some work abroad. You know, they're getting a bit tired of New York, the rent is high. Some of them got family on the West Coast. Zooey's her character, she wants to go back to LA. Barbara, she just, you know, she's like, I might die soon. I gotta see the world. So, you know, she's getting on, but Arnie, he wants to keep the whole team together, and Chris, he knows they got a lot of work to do, especially at the Empire State Building, where all these ghosts are, and they gotta hunt them down, so.
Yeah, so there's some that want to remain, and some that want to leave.
Some that want to pass on, you know? It's a theme.
Such a theme, my gosh, I learned so much. And it's actually quite a moment of tension where they're confronted with a ghost for the first time, and these conflicts come to bear, and my goodness, it reminded me of my own family tensions, to be honest with you.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I got a good therapist if you need one.
Oh yes, always could do with
We could
that.
do it together.
Oh great, I need emotional attachment. Yeah. This seems very healthy to me.
Yeah, come back to the ranch with me. But yeah, I thought it was a really great scene, and obviously this is where we start seeing more of the ghosts as well. And I was really, really surprised that the friendly ghost character, you know, it wasn't my first choice of casting.
No.
But she was like, you know what, I've had some kids, I'm used to doing period pieces, I want to come out and do something fresh, something people have never seen me in before.
Yes.
So I was like, Keira Knightley, the role is yours.
Yes, and she is rather ghastly to look at, isn't she, Keira?
You know.
We've had our clashes in the past.
Oh, really?
She thought she was posher than me. Fuck off.
Wow. Oh my God.
I know.
I'm so sorry. I wouldn't have cast her if I knew. But then I didn't know you, so.
That's all changed now, Felicity. Well, let's see that moment where we've got some who want to leave, some who want to remain. That never goes badly in my experience. And then we've got Keira as the ghost, and it's all kicking off. Let's cut to.
It's just that I've got family in the West Coast of America. And I gotta go and see them. And despite the fact that every day I sound more like I'm from New York, I'm really a Cali dream girl.
No, come on. If I've taught the world anything, it's that your accent doesn't matter at all.
Oh man, I feel so torn. What do you think about it? Professor Walken?
Well, my dad used to say, if you want to build a house, you've got to have some bricks.
That's one of your 400 sayings, isn't it, Christopher?
Yeah, that's the 382nd one.
Wow, I never thought of that. What would you say was the emotional brick of a good career? I mean, surely you must have some insight.
Talk to me, Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Christopher.
Of course.
Professor Walken.
Of course I'm talking to you, Professor Schwarzenegger.
Yes, we're both professors, of course. I am professor of Christian Science, and he is professor of physics. They're both equal.
Okay, we're not getting into this again. Every single time we get into this. We're not getting into them, okay? You just gotta follow your heart.
Wait. What's that?
Oh, you're pointing.
Oh my God!
Hello.
She's wearing an old Pirates of the Caribbean outfit.
Yes, it's me, the bisexual awakening of everybody born in the night. And I'm ready. I'm ready to move on. Take me wherever the wind goes, Jack.
You can feel the ectoplasm.
Surely you ought to ask before touching a lady's ectoplasm.
I'm sorry, it's quite hard when you're a ghost. Sometimes you're there, and sometimes you're not.
It's all right. You know, I technically am not really a ghost. I'm just the ghost of a career that used to be very successful.
You're an unfriendly ghost.
I absolutely am. I'm nothing like my posher brother Casper. Oh, he's very friendly, going around all the time. I suppose I'd be friendly too if I had a head shaped like a melon.
I've had this before. Such a cooperative ghost. Usually they try and destroy the town or get into your body somehow.
Those are things 1 and 2, or 2 and 3 on the to-do list. I was rather hoping that you might fall in a lake and come out with your shirt all see-through.
I mean, there's not many lakes around here except for in Central Park.
Would it be a problem to go to Central Park?
No, well, let's have a cutaway.
Okay.
Pigeons.
So strong. Wow, so brave. He turned them to dust in his hands. Amazing. Cut back. Well, I'm glad that you and this ghost bonded, but you said there was a friendlier one? Yes, I'll get him. Oh, hey! I'm Casper. Nice to meet you.
Still a ghost. My hand went right through his hand.
Well, sure. I don't say still a washed-up movie star. That's sure it's rude, mister.
Hey, look. There's a lot of meta, but that's crossing the line.
You make a very good point. Boy, I'm sorry. When I'm cooped up in this Empire State Building, I just get so frustrated being stuck in a tourist attraction but with nobody to talk to. Oh, if only I could go out and help clean up the city that I can see from the top of the spire where I sit and think. It's worse than that. Yeah.
He's so sad. This reminds me of saying 212. You're only a ghost if no one cares about you.
That's quite a good one, actually. That's a pretty good one.
So not only am I dead, I'm also unloved.
No! You're the friendly ghost.
Yeah.
You have a purpose in life.
Oh.
Maybe you're the glue, ectoplasmically, which will keep this team together.
Oh boy, I always wanted to be glue. That's why for a while I hung on to the hooves of racehorses. You do crazy things.
Whatever you like, ghost. How about you come bust some other ghosts with us?
Oh boy, that sure would be fun, mister. Can I hold the big thing?
Yes, but don't cross the streams.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but if Michael Cera does not win the Oscar for the friendly ghost. I don't know what's wrong with you.
I mean, beautiful performance.
It was absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Reminded me of being a child, little Martina in Mini Eton, wanting friends, wanting to be the ectoplasmic blue. Didn't work for me.
We all grow up. I'll be here for you.
A true friend.
Yeah, sure.
I just love that motif of friendship.
Yeah.
They've come together. There's now 5 of them, which
Yeah.
I love seeing.
Technically 6, if we count Kira's character.
Why are we counting Kira?
I'm sorry, but as you could see, there was a little bit of a love triangle kind of going on between Walken and Arnie. And I want to say Arnie had to sometimes work on some other movies at the time, so we got Bobcat Goldthwait to dub his voice occasionally. Yeah.
I'm reliably confident our actors know who that is.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, the Panic from Hercules, Pain and Panic.
So we
There we
see
go.
I'm reliably informed our actors know who that is.
Great. But yeah, so there's a lot going on. There's a little, got the unhappy ghost, Kira, because no matter what she does, she always looks unhappy. And then Michael Cera coming in as the friendly ghost, going out there to help them do a couple more busts of ghosts before perhaps the team parts ways.
Yes, I loved that montage sequence. Lots of slow-mo, lots of action shots.
Yeah.
Cutting right into the theme song. Loved it.
Suiting up as well. You
Yes.
always have to have a suiting up going into the chase, going into like a vague dance routine, which is great for radio.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Going into the fight sequence.
Always suit up. If a man doesn't suit up, he's not going in my experience.
I like a gal with standards.
Absolutely. Let's cut to that montage sequence moving into the theme tune, which, by the way, is top of the charts at the moment.
Mwah.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Here we go.
First things first, the sides here. Second things second.
The other side!
Third things third, one shoe, because Ghostbusters need a spare foot.
Of course!
But what about our tagline that we say when we're suited up? Let's say it together, Zoe Deschanel.
Sure!
We love ghosts.
I knew it! I knew what you were going to say!
Well, Barbara, you're in the car already.
I sure am! Nothing you can do about it!
I'll get in next to you. Floor it, girl.
Thanks!
Oh my God, I've never seen it before. It's the ghost of Rudy Giuliani.
I thought it was just his ideas to change New York that should have been killed. Someone's actually done it. Well, I suppose we'll have to bust him like the rest. Isn't that right? Oh, wow. The way that your eyes sparkle in the New York streetlight. The way that every pigeon that brushes against your hair with its wing immediately turns to dust with the strength of your hair. The way that when you do a lunge, it looks great. Wow, it looks great. Goodness gracious me, whatever shall we do? Yeah, boy oh boy, what are we gonna do, huh?
I think it's time for the one and only. Crossing the streams even though we shouldn't have, even though we haven't fired our weapons this entire film, which may upset some people and make it be a box office flop, but never mind.
That's alright, people are determined to be mad about modern Ghostbusters films for crimes like having women in them.
I know!
So let them cry, fat boys, let them cry! Crocky! The streams have crossed! I'm too old for this!
What a shocker.
Yeah.
They crossed the streams.
They did.
What happened next?
Well, Wouldn't you like to know? Well, so what happens, they cross the streams, and I spend too much time with Walken. They cross the streams, and it opens this portal, right? That goes underground into this sort of like parallel subway system, you know? And then they realize there's this whole other subway underworld world, I used the word world twice, but I meant that. Because it's all about the parallels between life and death and not knowing enough synonyms. And yet, so they realize there's this whole underworld to discover, and that's great because, you go down there, you got the whole gang, they realize that, they don't want to go all over the world, but suddenly they're in this tiny ghost cab car, and they realize they got to be in there together, That's where they really belong, is together, fighting all these ghosts and minions and demons in themselves.
Yes. It gets a little dark.
Yeah.
I had to hide behind a pillow. I was a little frightened, nearly choked on a Werther's original, to be honest. It was a little much. But so we see them coming together, and those previous tensions around some of them wanting to leave the gang and some of them wanting to stay, they're brewing away, but then bang, big major incident occurs.
Yeah. Subway train. Bang! Yeah.
And there's a casualty. I won't spoil it, but there's going to be another ghost in the mix. Let's cut to...
Oh, wow. A whole world, an underworld from this world. Are you seeing this, Professor Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, I've never seen such a thing. Who'd have thought that under New York was a whole another world?
Wow, amazing. I wonder if they have subway stations like we do.
Wait, what's that over there? Is that a subway station like we have?
Oh, hey everybody, let's go!
Oh, I love to ride the train.
Yeah, all right, I'm coming.
So, being from Austria and having not been here long, you get right in the middle of the tracks, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, that's real dangerous. I'm not sure. In Cali, we just wait ages for an Uber.
Wait a minute. Kira, you're not a ghost anymore.
Oh dear. I'm afraid it's the case that you all very much are. Sorry, I'm so baffled by how handsome you look while you're ethereal. The way that pigeons' wings just pass right through your hair. The way that when you lunge you have no legs. Whoa, it's all mist.
No, without my stellar physique, what am I? Who am I?
Professor Schwarzenegger, you're always more than a body to me. Keira Knightley, objectively one of the most beautiful people on the planet. Here, let me touch your face.
But it just goes. You feel cold, but in a good way.
Like opening a freezer on a hot summer's day and just shoving your face right in there.
Like pushing a Celero to the roof of your mouth.
Like putting your head right over a frozen lasagna. That's what it's like to finally be in love with Keira Knightley. Kiss me, Arnie, but let's do it with a handshake for the
When she says politeness reasons, what does she mean? I always just handshake. Are people doing something else?
Come to the ranch, babe.
This feels very healthy.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, look at that.
I
So
know.
Arnie, who's been, he's built his whole career around his physique, learns a very valuable lesson. It's not about the body, is it? It's about the soul.
Yeah. Guy, as he says, is known for being the physique that he is. Lifting heavy things,
Yes.
pulling heavy things, pushing heavy things. And now, he's lightness. He
Yes.
has no weight to him at all. And together they can be these waif-like ethereal. I mean, she was waif-like in life also, so not much has changed for her.
Yes.
But together, you know, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful.
And there's a beautiful moment where Arnie has a bit of a deep moment, actually. I didn't realise he had the depth, to be truthful, but it is rather deep, where he realises that having spent a lifetime busting ghosts, and now he's become a ghost, actually, are they in the wrong business?
Perhaps.
Yes, yes. Let's cut to that very beautiful monologue now.
The hills in Salzburg, where I grew up, they're so green. Even now I can see them in my mind. It's their rolling hills and the church spire. And I still have all these memories as a ghost. And that makes me think all the other ghosts have their memories. And by busting them, their memories are gone. We have a right to do this. No! No! Don't! I think it's not good just to be strong in the physique, but also strong in your acceptance of other people. Well, not necessarily people, but people who used to be people. They're still kind of people. Now that I've fallen in love with another ghost, I've come to realize this. And I always have the memories of the hills in Salzburg. And the goulash.
That spoke to me.
Yeah.
That really did. We must take care of people who used to be people. Yes. I think you might be one of the most profound directors I've ever met.
Thank you.
Felicity, Ms. Crookshanks, my friend, your friend.
Oh, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to share this art with somebody who really appreciates it, you know.
Oh, I appreciate you.
I hope wow.
Absolutely.
I mean, I hope other critics appreciate it as much as you do.
We'll hear back after the podcast, no doubt. 5-star reviews all round, I hear.
Thank you.
Look, Arnie goes back to the gang.
Yeah.
That dissent, we want to leave, we want to stay. He's like, no, we need to revisit our purpose. I'm a living memento mori, he says. I can't wait to hear that. And he convinces them, one by one,
Their purpose. Yeah.
To form a new team, doing a new thing, which I won't specify. Let's discover it.
Let's see it.
Let's cut to.
Look, I'm a living memento mori, so you've got to listen to what I say. We all need to band together, and instead of busting ghosts, we need to help the ghosts.
Help the ghosts? But how?
By making them remember all the good times. That will put them at rest.
What I'm hearing is ghost party.
I think that's exactly what you're hearing, but it was a language barrier.
Oh, that's all right, don't you worry. Yeah, I think that's a great idea, actually. It's me again, Barbara Winter, isn't it? I think that's a great idea. I have experience running event management. I could get us a venue, but what we need is a DJ, somebody who could spin some sick beats.
Well, when I was studying physics, I used to run the decks.
Well then, Mr. Walken, the decks are yours.
Good luck with this one.
It's fantastic. Oh, that's from the harpsichord. How wonderful. I like it.
This one's for all the ghosts out there.
Turn it up, Mrs. Bennett. Yes! I like this too, but my legs are kind of like spaghetti, so I'm just going to do this.
Yeah, let's have a ghost dance. You go through me.
Whoa!
And then I'll go through you.
Oh, wow! This is the best idea I've ever heard. I'm going to recommend it to all of my ghost friends. Thank you, Ghostbusters. I guess the only thing that ghosts are going to be busting now is a real move.
Thank you. Can I give you an exclusive?
Absolutely.
Because, you know, I always love to give my favorite critics the exclusive.
Okay.
As you saw, that You know, we found towards the end it had quite a musical vibe. I don't know if you know, Walken actually has a dance background.
Oh, interesting.
If you've seen Fatboy Slim, you'll know all about it.
Yes.
So they're all,
we call him the funk soul brother, actually, in my circles.
Yeah, he loves that. He has it written on all his underpants.
I know.
So you and Natalie Wood. So I'm doing Chris again. So the plan is we're producing it we're adapting it as a stage musical, and we've got Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh, Lynn!
Now.
Really?
Yeah.
Good God. I've actually got the opening sequence to that musical.
Oh, so somebody already gave you the scoop to the rehearsals.
Oh, I've got my ways. I'm wily.
Oh.
Let's cut to the opening sequence to the musical, Ghostbusters, the DJ musical, Ghostbuster Move. Let's cut to now.
Getting out the ectoplasm, gonna bust the phantasm, gonna get down, have some plasm. Well, thanks.
Anytime! Go on!
Let's coming at you, yo, Stay Puff. You better get up, get the gig duff, get down, don't get round. I'm just walking in town. That's it.
I really like to milk my ideas and actors for all they're worth.
Oh, yeah. I liked the, yeah! That was my favorite bit.
I mean, Kira, she's not quite in the mute, but she tried, you know.
Look, we're coming to the end of our interview. I know. But other than the building of the franchise and milking your actors, are there any other films in the works? I have heard rumour that there's one more.
Well, there's perhaps, you know, we really loved this ensemble. So, you know, we're looking at doing a couple of things, actually. We're going to do the new Harry Potter. We think it's about time that we just told J.K. Rowling to go away.
Yes.
We like the Harry Potter stuff. We don't like you.
Yeah.
So we're just, you know, we're getting Walken in as Snape. Barbara is McGonagall.
Wonderful.
And
I
of
can't
course,
wait to see a Cockney-Scottish mashup.
Oh, yeah. And Arnie, of course, Dumbledore.
Yes, and actually,
Beautiful.
one of our audience did give me the title earlier.
Really?
It's called Harry Potter and the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh, I can't believe I got fans here.
Oh, you do,
I mean, you just tweet one thing and it's like all over the forums. So, well, okay, cat's out of bag.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, look, we've already let the cat out of the bag, Ms. Crookshanks, but could we?
Okay.
Could we play the trailer?
Okay, let's go.
Everybody! Here's the trailer to Harry Potter and the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Ron, if we don't lose our virginity by the end of our 99th term at Hogwarts, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Oh no, it's terrible, isn't it?
I know. Boys, there's more to school than losing your virginity. Hermione!
Yeah, Hermione!
Well, Potter, I see you're brewing a love potion.
Yes. Well, I thought if I couldn't talk to a woman, this is a genuine thing in the book, so I thought, why not?
It's a bit creepy
Yes,
to do.
incredibly.
You know, one of those things, when you think about it, is weird.
Plus, one of the results of our attention became literally the Dark Lord. But it's probably fine. I'm very lonely.
Welcome back to another time at Hogwarts. You will go into Gryffindor. You will go into Hufflepuff. You will go into Ravenclaw. And you will go into Slytherin. Done. No more speeches. McGonagall, sing your song.
Welcome to Hogwarts, everybody. Welcome to Hogwarts, sit down. Welcome to Hogwarts. Welcome to Hogwarts. Welcome to Hogwarts, sit down.
Because, you know, we got so good at doing the special effects on Ghostbusters, we just had to do another movie with a lot of ghosts in it.
I loved
that
it.
came up.
Well, you know what? There's some things you can't unsee. And I'm delighted to have seen it. Really, I am.
Yeah.
Well, Felicity, we've come to the end of our interview. Do you have any final words of wisdom for our listeners?
Yeah, you know, I have to say I had a little bit of a hand in with the speech that Arnie gave, you know, that soulful piece. But a line was cut, because he's like, you know, I remember the goulash. And I wanted it to be, I remember the goulash, but now we're so ghoulish.
And the fact is, so long as you're holding a cold lasagna near your face, another line from the movie, those things won't seem so bad. And I think that's all that ever needs to be said.
Well, Felicity, you've been an absolute delight. I've learnt so much. I've got a friend, finally. Wonderful. What a hit. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you so much.
The Improvised Movie Director podcast featured Sabrina Luisi as Martina Minnow, with resident improvisers Vicky Hawley and Rory Vieira. With special thanks to this week's guest,
Charlie Vero Martin.
IMDp is produced and edited by Steve Tanner. Theme music by Matt Brown and Johnny Griffiths. Episode artwork by Marty Sears.
This episode was filmed with a live audience at Hoopla, with special thanks to the Hoopla team and the Miller. We were also delighted to be joined by Tom Hodge, who was our musical accompanist for the evening.
Follow us at Improv Movie Pod for updates on future episodes and live shows. Improvised Movie Director Podcast is a 4 Foot 1 Films production.